We have Dan Streetman. He is the CEO of TIBCO. Thank you so much for joining us, Dan.
Hey, thank you very much, Julia. Brian, great to see you guys.
Good to see you.
Yeah. So first of all, when it comes to data, I want to talk about what the holy grail is for you when you think of data. What are the opportunities?
Sure. Absolutely. The holy grail really is to be able to unlock the power of data to make smarter, faster decisions. In essence, we at TIBCO help people connect everything in their enterprise, really get a whole unified view of that so they can intelligently understand all their data, govern it, control it, and then finally make meaningful, confident predictions about what that data is going to do for the next best action. So being here at Davos is great because all of the problems we're talking about solving really are unlocked by data.
You just said something that I wrote down, next best action, NBA. Talk to us, like, where exactly can we start seeing the next best action? Can you walk us through an example?
Absolutely. So like the world's largest airlines all use TIBCO in order to determine what's going to happen next in real time. As they shift through their schedules, they shift through the experience with an employee or a customer, all of those things are important aspects of what they do. Now, obviously, you go to other things around sustainability and ESG and other aspects where the data is going to be just as important. So just like we work with large companies, we work with great organizations to help them really solve problems that before now were impossible to solve.
Dan, I remember following TIBCO when you were a public company.
That's right.
What does the business look like now? I went back and looked into 2014, and you guys were profitable. Are you still profitable? What's the size of the company?
Absolutely. So we are now owned by Vista Equity, so it was great to have our chairman, Robert Smith, talk earlier today.
I sat on his panel.
Great.
It was very, very insightful.
It was tremendous, the 21st century leadership, that paradigm. So it's phenomenal to work with a company like Vista and help really continue to invest in our R&D, bring next generation solutions that really help our customers, organizations everywhere solve tough problems.
Well, you just mentioned leadership, so
right.
I want to bring this up because you are a military veteran, so thank you so much for your service. What did you learn from your time in the military? You talk about a can-do attitude, and I'm going to ask you to tie that to the theme here of stakeholder capitalism. So your learnings from the military that you apply to your business and how you think about all of the stakeholders.
Sure. Well, first, thank you for acknowledging the service of all those around the world. Anybody in uniform, from fire service to first responders, on behalf of them, I thank you guys for acknowledging that. I'll come back to this whole aspect of what you learn in any organization that has a service focus is the idea of being a team, the idea of being cohesive. And I love the theme this year, stakeholders for a cohesive and sustainable world. And I think that's a phenomenal way to bring leaders together from non-governmental organizations, from corporations, and from governments. And I think that's a phenomenal aspect of we really are better together. And I think that's a phenomenal piece of what we do here at Davos.
Dan, I want to get back to the business just a little bit. 6 years under the House of Vista Equity Partners, do you have any plans to go public again?
So our job is to make sure our customers are successful. If they're successful, everything else follows. So really that's our key focus, continuing to sustain our innovation, to work with the largest customers around the world and most impactful organizations to really make a difference in their lives.
But do you think the valuation at the time was close to $4.5 billion? Do you think your valuation has grown since then?
If you do the right things, your valuation follows. You're absolutely continuing to deliver value to our customers and to our stakeholders.
So you've done the right things?
We've done all the right things and we're continuing to do more. We look forward to actually continuing to engage with everyone here at Davos. It's just a great audience and a great forum.
Yeah, and I want to talk to you about just the idea of building a business because we know you were a Salesforce alum, and I think you touched on something about culture and bringing in the stakeholders. So what have you learned in your time building a business? What is it that works? What's the secret sauce?
Absolutely. So culture is critical, and we've heard that from Satya, we heard that from Mark earlier, we heard it from Keith Block, the co-CEO at Salesforce. Culture defines who you are, and it's a key aspect of what we do at TIBCO. Our TIBCO spirit, we call it, helps drive all our aspects around innovation, how we work together, how we are bold, and most importantly, how we're optimistic about the future that we can unlock with the power of data.
Is stakeholder capitalism a look into the future?
Stakeholder capitalism is now. I think stakeholder capitalism really reflects all aspects of what companies do. We heard earlier, really, companies exist to solve the problems of the people and the planet. And if you can do that, you can serve those stakeholders, everything else follows.
Dan Streetman, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
It's our pleasure, and I really appreciate being here. Thanks a lot, guys.